and welcome to my channel. So, group healing time, the last group healing of 2024, the last group healing of this year is upon us, and this is it. It's the only group healing that is the same one each year. I mean, that may change in future, who knows? But at the minute, it feels like it is so needed. Um, it's all about the end of year deep cleanse, the end of year deep heal. I mean, I think since 2020, each year from then has been challenging, it's been deep, it's been overwhelming for some people, it's been too much for some people. And often what happens is when we come towards the end of a year, and especially December, because December is Christmas, which is silly season, we can really neglect ourselves. We can really lose our way. We can really lose our focus with our well-being, with our health, with our mental health, physical health, spiritual health. And we can lose our focus on what to buy, what to eat, what to drink, where to go. And there's no judgment in that because I think, to be fair, we're all guilty of a little bit of that to some extent. But what the end of the year really should be about also is a time of clarity, understanding, alchemizing, releasing, and getting ourselves ready for the next year. If you think, if only every year we'd have been aware of this and we'd have healed that year. Not when I say healed, I don't mean wave a magic wand and that's it, it's perfect and off you pop, everything's wonderful. No, that's not what healing is. Healing goes much deeper than that. What I mean is, imagine if we released it correctly, if we made peace with it, if we could understand it, if we could see the whys and the wherefores and why what happened happened and what did we play in that? What were we meant to learn in that? Why what in me welcomed that in? Because there is always something within us that welcomes something in. Imagine if we could have done that all those years ago, we would have never welcomed in further stuff. We would never have got so overwhelmed with everything. And like New Year, Christmas, but especially New Year, is meant to be a time of release. It's a time of getting ready for the next year. What's going to be coming up for me? What am I going to be exploring, facing, deep diving into next year? But what often happens is we take all of this baggage into year on, year out, year on, year out, carrying on taking the baggage. So this group healing, the December group healing, which is going to be on the 17th and the 18th of December, is going to be about releasing that. It's going to be, for although it's distance channeled, and obviously I'm going to be here, you're going to be in your own home. What I'd like from you guys that are going to take part is as we're going through, well, the minute you put your name down, to be quite honest, the minute you make payment, it starts, um, is to really think about this last year. Not to just pay your money, Claire's going to heal me, everything's going to be right. No, that's not how I work. Um, how I work is in alignment to you. The more you put into these group healings, the more you put into your one-on-one sessions, the more that you will get out from it, the more that you will be able to embrace it and understand it and take it to the next level and to keep taking it to the next level. So what I would like from you in this group healing is to really think about this year, is to really think about what came to the table, what it was teaching you. Are you going to take it into next year? Some things we need to. Are you going to release it? Are you going to make sense of it? Are you thankful for it? What lessons, all of that stuff. And one of the main ways to do that is via journaling and also via meditation. And as a real ceremony and ritual from yourselves, as I am going through the releasing and the channeling on my side. So that's how you work alongside me. Does that make sense? And it's not complicated. It's really simple to do. That's what you do in your own time going through December or those 2 days to stay mindful of this healing. Um, let's pull some cards. Oh, I keep rubbing my hands today. Let's put some hand cream on. Let's pull some cards for this group healing that's coming up in December. We're going to be using the Mystic Palette Tarot by Cairo Marchetti. And we're also going to be using Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. So let's get to it. Which will be, I'll use that second. Let's use the tarot deck first. This is a very wild and wacky tarot deck, actually, is this? So let's relax into it. So let's have 3 cards for December's group healing. 3 cards for December's group healing. Oops, whacking the mic. Oops. 3 cards for December's group healing. Wow, look at that. 8. Whoa. Queen of Wands at the bottom. Fire. And Wands is about fire. It's about transformation. It's about moving forward. I also feel as well that whatever comes up or we release during this group healing really aligns us to something much higher. And, obviously, I mean, this is going to be a few days, 18th, 2 or 3 days before the solstice. And this year's solstice is meant to be a really good one as well, a really biggie. Building momentum since that 8-8 portal, Lionsgate portal, and everything that we've gone through since. So this feels as though whatever we can clear, whatever we can release, alchemize is able to take us higher, really higher. Take us forward with the Queen of Wands, where I mean, look at her, just look at that card. Whilst I'm doing this, think about your own life this year and what you've gone through and how these cards resonate with you in your heart. Um, the Queen of Wands does things her way. She doesn't live her life by somebody else's rule book. Look at that as well. Love these cards. They are a bit distracting with the readings though. 4 of Pentacles. Do you know it's I do like this deck because it's so interesting the depictions he's done, but it's almost like what 4 of Pentacles is the fella with the pentacle in his chest, pentacle on his head, is it? And 2 on his feet, and he can be sat there like that. However, it varies different depiction. It can be about being stuck, but it can also be about being strong and stable and dependable. Um, with this one, it feels we're only going to take what we need into next year. We're not going to take all the ongoing, hamster wheel stories. We're only going to take what we need. And even of that, we're only going to take the lessons and the teaching. We're not just going to, take this off me, get rid of it. I can't feel this. What we are going to do is release me of the old story. I keep saying about the old stories, the old stories, the old stories. That is what we're trying to release. And look at that, the chariot to go forward. It also feels as well, I mean, look at that, how the chariot opens up on itself. Exploration. It feels as though somehow, as we're able to go higher, go forward, as we're able to take with us exactly what we need into next year, we're also able to open up to go forward. The reason why some of you feel as though you can't go forward is because you're closed. You're closed. And this is a trauma response. But this healing feels as though it's going to enable you to really bravely, and you're going to have to be brave because that's the truth. There is no magic wand apart from the body. That is why the body is in a line. That's why it's up and down the body, because this is your magic wand. Your magic wand isn't external to you. So this means about you being brave and bold to take this forward. I want to do another card. Yes, it's a transition. A transition. Leaving from one form of reality to another. We'll just keep pulling. Hierophant, which is enlightenment. Ace of Cups, which is self-care, nourishment. The World, which is new beginnings, ending of cycles. The Queen of Pentacles, which is possibly my most famous queen in the deck. She's grounded, she's stable, she's wise, she's abundant, she's not in her victim sense. You know, releasing this energy of I'm trapped. I'm going to take a clarifier for that Eight of Swords. Do another shuffle. Eight of Swords, clarifier. Three of Cups. Wow. Three of Cups, new beginning. This is about getting back out into the world. I keep getting this in the readings and it keeps coming up in one-on-ones. This whole I am a hermit and I'm sure many of you are hermits, but sometimes we can stay in this cocoon too much and we are actually meant to be getting out in the world. This is about rebuilding relationships with ourselves, but with others. To work a way through, to find a way through, to see a way through, so that 2025 can be different. And, you know, whatever comes to the table in 2025, it feels like, you know, doing this group healing, we can face it from a different perspective, from a stronger perspective. Right, let me put these cards back in the deck. I've been doing a lot of talking today. I've been doing a lot of videos and stuff. Throat feels dry. We do a lot of talking. I'm doing these read-alongs on my booktube channel, so reading out loud takes a lot out of you, actually. Even though it is only Worst Witch I'm reading and not like Games of Thrones. We'll work his way up to it, though. So the group healing, December group healing, 2024 December group healing. Time to go. Another card that symbolizes going, leaving something behind, taking a leap of faith. Time for a nap. Obviously, I've not done December's energy read yet, but it feels as though December's going to be a month where there's a lot of deep napping, deep resting. Yeah, just people. Obviously this isn't an energy read for December, but it feels like it's gonna be a month of real inward rather than all the external stuff. Fork in the road. Again, this is always a choice. Am I going to take that choice? What does this choice offer me? Am I going to stay on this road because I've got comfortable here? Am I going to branch off onto something else? A real choice point. But also, it feels as though, again, something about this healing being able to take us forward, whereas before we were stuck. I think as well with this group healing, along with all group healings and one-on-one healings with myself, watch your dreams. Your dreams are so interesting at the minute. Soulmates. This also reminds me of the Two of Cups card in the tarot, where it's the man and the woman with the cup from the chest facing each other. It's about the relationship with ourselves, but the relationship with ourselves and the relationship with others, being able to next year have healthy, wholesome relationships with other people, being able to reconnect and knowing what isn't for you, making the right decisions for you next year. Whereas at the minute, it feels like a lot of the time we can be in this cloud of energy and not really know what really is meant for us. And loyal heart, again, the relationship with ourselves, loyalty to ourselves. Are we loyal to ourselves? You may think, what a stupid question. Are we loyal to ourselves? Think about it. Think about it. The decisions that we make on a day-to-day basis, are we being loyal to ourselves? Are we letting ourselves down in what we think, do, act, playing, eat, drink? Yeah, never-ending story and the never-ending stories that we get caught up in the hamster wheel. And time really is running out. And that may be triggering. But in this present incarnation, we're only here a certain amount of time. She's got her wings. She's just forgotten. She's forgotten her magic somewhere along the line, and she's not remembering it. She's refusing to remember it. Round and round she goes, round and round. But she needs to get a new life. She needs a new life. She needs to go from this into this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull another card, then I'm going to do something else. Chaos and conflict. She needs to get out of chaos and conflict. And you may say to me, well, I can't get out of chaos and conflict because that means walking away from a lot of people. You are correct. Give me a chance to answer. Yes, you are correct. But chaos and conflict within ourselves, it's about dealing with that because many humans have chaos and conflict within themselves at this time. It's also about being able to be around people that are chaos and conflict, but not allow that in. Does that make sense? Let me have a drink. Because chaos and conflict, I got that on there, takes stuff from us. Look at that. Look how he's been eaten alive there. Right, so what's the answer in this situation then? How can they go from never-ending story to heal this to new life? Show me the card that bridges it. Deep knowing. And to be fair, bringing balance back into your life and a deep knowing. Deep knowing. You already know the answer. You already know what needs to be done. Mending, healing, community. It needs mending. Higher power, higher self, higher soul, Godhead. It's the third card I think we've had in this reading about going higher after this group healing and a change in the wind coming in. Being able to go forward with something. And final card, go to sea. Not losing ourselves in our emotions and vulnerability. You know, not shutting down, coming back on grid. She could look through there to see where she's going. She could look at her compass, but she's not. She's just got her head down. I'm going to do one more card. I do like this deck actually. And exchanging gifts. What we give out, we get back. So exchanging gifts as well also means that 2025 we can give from a better place than we have been giving in this year or 2023. So, for those of you that are new to group healings, how do they work? They're distance channeled via myself. I'm a shamanic practitioner and Reiki master, so I know what I'm doing. um, Group healings are always popular and people get a lot from them. They're only £22 per session, so it's not £22 per day, it's £22 for the full 2 days. The minute that you make payment, your guides will start to work with you. They'll do this in various different ways, bring certain situations up, dreams release, aches, pains in the body, emotional release, all kinds of stuff that comes up during the healing. And then those 2 days, I will be distance channeling. Okay, so I will be sat at this desk with this grid made up in front of me, and I will be channeling. And I will do that for bursts of time throughout those 2 days. I will also do 2 videos of which I will put on here on each day. So it doesn't matter of the time difference. So you can be in Australia, America, Hong Kong, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're asleep when I'm channeling or awake. Some people choose to take a few days off work. Some people can work through it. It's a group healing. It's not a one-on-one where it's intense and it requires you to have an appointment and all of that. There's no links, there's no Zooms, there's no lives. It's not intrusive like that. You go about your day as normal. You're, on the website, when you go, there'll be a list of instructions to follow, just guidance of things to avoid, which we should be doing anyway when we're going through a healing. So please make sure you read that on the website. Um, and yes, so covered up my dates. I have to get my head around these new dates now. 17th and 18th of December 2024. End of year deep heal, deep cleanse, and deep release to get us ready for 2025. If you'd like to take part in that group healing, if you go down to the description box below in the pinned comment and just scroll a little bit down, it will say the next group healing, the name of it. To take part, follow this link, go into that link, and it should take you straight to the group healing. If for some reason you scroll down and go into the home page, that's fine. Homepage, services, group healing. There will also be a video underneath where it says watch this for more information. That will be this video that you've watched. So people coming in afterwards know to come and watch this. And yes, that's it. If you want to put anybody else on the group healing, please get their permission first. Don't ever put anybody on a healing that they don't know about because number one, it doesn't work. Number two, there'll be a kickback from that. And number three, there's something karmic will come of that and it's not in a good way. So always get permission. And I'm always mindful of when that'll suit our so-and-so, because actually a lot of the time it's not just somebody else it suits, it's actually ourselves as well. And we can spend a lot of time thinking about other people that need healing when we really need to be focusing on this. You must be over 18 to take part, 18 years of age, and you must not be pregnant. Claire, why can't you be pregnant? Because the powers that were in this world will flip out if somebody, and this is a one-to-one as well, will flip out if somebody has an issue with pregnancy during a group healing. I will tell you now, and I'll be honest, if you ever get a client that, I mean, it's never happened to me because I don't treat pregnant women. I know it's awful because they do need it. But if God forbid something happened to that mother or that baby throughout the process, the powers that were, the false matrix, would take great delight. And we're going to see more of it in going for the healer that's just done the healing rather than what the client smoked, drank, ate, the stress that they've got at home, all of that. That will not come into that because people do ask, why can't pregnant women have these group healings? It's just, you've got to look after yourself in this here false matrix that we live in until it's fully broken down and people have come awake and seen the bigger picture. You have to protect yourself at these times of trouble and strife. Anyway, mhm, okay. So, and the 18 thing, it just stands to reason. They've got to be 18. So, thank you for watching. Please do like, comment, share, and subscribe. All the information is below in the pinned comment in the description box, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.